It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. This is fielded at the goal line. Shifts by him. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
And now we get a peek at the Titan offense.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ball game.
7 yards there and a first down. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 21 carries, 95 yards, and a score.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. They run again on first down, Chubb. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. We'll look now at our starting defense. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
This is an area of the game that they definitely have to improve because right now, against the pass, top 10 in the league. But against the run, that's where the struggles have come in. You got to find a way to make sure they stop runners before they get started.
Yeah, let's get set.
Chubb. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. They're going to look to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 18.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Ready? 15, line it. 15 line. Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Ready?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. George Kittle with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll set up a throw, and he slings one that's incomplete. And now the offense for Detroit.
And, partner, sometimes it's good for a team to get the Thursday nighter right after a loss because you don't have very long to stew on what just happened. You have to turn right around, get ready, and go out and play again. Or, as one of the veterans told me, I actually like this because I can keep my anger for this short amount of time and take it out on the other team.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On the defensive side, here are the starters for Tennessee. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game is sky high. In fact, you'd absolutely be stunned to come away with a loss.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 36.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass. His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage. Here's 2nd and 8. And he rifles one incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. On the carry, it's Chubb. And an alley to run. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
60 Pittsburgh.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Going top shelf for... This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Titans. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 8 on. Titans are able to extend their lead. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because it's just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it ends with a Tennessee score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
50. Man, that's trash. That's trash. Hey, switch gears.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow, he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
If you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the first down marker.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Titans to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready, set, 6, 5, 36. Let's go. Ready, go. 5.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. A toss play to Chubb. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
And his throw here's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. And he's taken down inside the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Go now. 60 or. Check out, read. But I get it.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point forthcoming. And it's 21-3. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Titans. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here are the Lions to take over. They lost last week. Actually, not only did they lose, they were shut out, but they've got the lead here right now.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll try and run it. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to keep it here. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also a safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. Now Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. He completes it to Evans. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. This is fielded at the 27. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Titans. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's been in a pretty good groove. They actually have more yards on the ground than through the air, but both have been good, pretty balanced.
And have we ever met a coach when we've talked to him before a game that hasn't mentioned wanting to be balanced?
No, because then you've got both sides hitting the defense. They don't know what to expect, right?
It really helps your play calling, because now you're in a position where you're confident in either one, either aspect of the game. Dial it up and let it go. And so far, that's allowed them to lead.
Absolutely. Have the lead here in the second quarter.
And 90 Wolf. Right here. Tie that left, tie that left. 4 down, check. 4 down. Say go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is caught by Watkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And a happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there as we look ahead to 2 more games later today and then a full slate coming up this weekend. We'll start in the early window and begin up in Minneapolis. A tough one for the homestanding Vikings as they'll square off against the visiting Houston Texans. As for the late afternoon games, plenty of intrigue there as well. One of the best being at FedEx Field, where it'll be the Redskins taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And lastly, we'll wrap up the week on Monday Night Football. Definitely one to tune in for, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame. We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it'll be Titan football. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. This one out quickly to Watkins. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is caught by Watkins. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Now a dump off here complete. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. It's caught by Aguilar. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
And this one is right through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw, and that is incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
They have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. Here comes the Lions punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Oh, what a move. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And now he's going to use his legs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. On the ground, it's Chubb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Down. 70. Indy. Stay with your man. Undercross.
They run. Chubb. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
Let's go.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Let's go.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll take this one down to the 36. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
57. Mike, 57.
Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
18 Gator.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Watkins. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Come on, baby. Let's go!
And Detroit getting set to go now. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. And it's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter. Good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Titans on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Chubb on the counter. And an alley to run. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. The Titans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And I think the end result, knocking the ball away, was a product of understanding where they were on the field, understanding how many yards they needed to pick up the first down, and tightening their coverage accordingly. Gave them no gaps, no spaces, no real air in which to catch the football, and end up making a really nice play.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
2nd and 10. And this one's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
3 down.
Back to throw. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here comes the Lions punter now, standing just about on his own goal line.
Whoosh.
12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half. It gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination. Brendan, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll look to throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. Completes it to Aguilar. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. So out comes the field goal team once more from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They're going to look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Let's take it inside his own 40. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now. That's thrown to Smith-Schuster out wide. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. A give. This is Chubb. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And again, it's Chubb. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Go. 5.
Gets it to Smith-Schuster on the jet sweep. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up and to great success.
And to give this time to the tailback. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8.
Go, 50, play.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 8-yard line.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Titans, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.